Welcome, gentlemen. The most beautiful women are not won with wealth, power, or status, but with presence, magnetism, and the ability to make her feel what no other man can. This statement holds an almost hypnotic truth, one that echoes through the centuries and across cultures. In a world where everyone's trying to buy, boast, or beg for attention, high-value men stand out because they understand a secret that most fail to grasp. Attraction isn't transactional, it's transformational. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, women are far more likely to be drawn to men who exhibit confidence, vision, and emotional intelligence over superficial qualities. But here's the catch. These traits can't be faked or fabricated. They are deeply embedded in the way high-value men carry themselves and interact with the world. So how do these men, seemingly without effort, end up with the most beautiful women others spend lifetimes trying to woo? What is it about their essence that captivates on a level beyond mere looks and charm? This is where things get interesting. Because what truly draws these women in has nothing to do with what you think you know about attraction. Number 1. The power of emotional ambiguity. High-value men understand that too much attention, too soon, can be the death of intrigue. They know how to strike the delicate balance of showing just enough interest to plant a seed of curiosity without giving away the whole story. This is what's called emotional ambiguity, a strategy that leaves women intrigued, unsure, and wanting more. Unlike typical men who either bombard women with compliments or act aloof in hopes of appearing mysterious, high-value men operate in a subtle, nuanced manner. When a woman expects an exaggerated reaction to her story or beauty, he responds thoughtfully, with a calm smile or a nod. He doesn't lavish her with praise. Instead, he asks questions that show he's genuinely interested in her thoughts, not just her looks. There's no rush to win her over, no frantic need to prove his worth. The conversation flows naturally, but there's an underlying tension, an unspoken attraction that keeps her hooked. This leaves her puzzled yet captivated, wondering why he's not behaving like the men she's used to. Did he not notice how attractive she is? Or is he choosing not to be swayed by it? In a subtle twist, she finds herself seeking his validation, craving a reaction that he doles out sparingly. It's this restraint that pulls her deeper into his orbit. Every interaction is charged with anticipation because she can't predict his next move. One moment he's attentive and engaging, the next he's cool and composed. He gives her just enough to keep her engaged, but holds back enough to make her wonder. This emotional ambiguity flips the dynamic, making her chase that sense of connection and approval, which suddenly feels elusive yet intensely desirable. Number 2. Magnetism of vision. High-value men attract beautiful women not because they have something to prove, but because they possess a vision that's bigger than themselves. Their dreams, goals, and ambitions are like a powerful current that draws people in. When they talk about what they're passionate about, their eyes light up and their energy becomes magnetic. Women feel the force of this vision. It's captivating to see a man so driven by something meaningful. It's not about being flashy or boasting about accomplishments. It's about having a purpose that makes them stand out from the crowd. While most men fumble through small talk or flex their status, high-value men are focused on things that go beyond the superficial. When he speaks, it's never to seek approval or impress, but to share a glimpse of the future he's building. This isn't about what he has or what he wants. It's about what he's creating and how it will change things. Beautiful women, often surrounded by shallow attention, sense something different here. They're not just being asked to look at him, they're being invited to see the world through his lens. This kind of intensity makes her want to be part of his story, not because he's promised her anything, but because she sees the rare opportunity to stand beside someone who's going somewhere extraordinary. A man like that doesn't chase women. He's too busy chasing his dreams, and that's what pulls her in. Number 3. Incredible situational charm. High-value men have a unique charm that shifts effortlessly, depending on the situation they're in. They don't rely on the same lines or approaches because they understand that every moment is different. Instead of forcing conversations to go their way, they skillfully adapt to what's happening around them. At an art gallery, they might engage a woman in a conversation about the emotions a painting evokes. While at a high-stakes business event, they know how to add just the right amount of wit and insight to make her feel like they're the only two people in the room. It's never rehearsed or contrived. It's a natural flow that comes from understanding the nuances of social interaction. This ability to navigate various social settings is why women feel an instant connection with them. He's not trying to be the loudest in the room or grab attention by being over the top. He's paying attention, reading the energy, and responding in a way that feels just right. If she's serious, he knows how to draw out her thoughts. If she's playful, he matches her mood with effortless banter. It's like he speaks her language, even when no words are exchanged. This kind of situational charm makes each encounter feel special and personalized, as if he's tailored every moment just for her. Women find it irresistible because it's not something they come across every day. It's the mark of a man who's mastered the art of connection. Number 4, the confident anti-pursuit. High-value men never fall into the trap of chasing women. They understand that true attraction happens when a woman feels like she's the one doing the chasing. They don't play games or act disinterested on purpose. Instead, they have a natural sense of self-worth that prevents them from feeling the need to pursue anyone too intensely. When a woman is used to men vying for her attention, a man who doesn't rush to prove himself becomes a breath of fresh air. He's present, engaged, and attentive, but he doesn't put her on a pedestal. This lack of desperation is what sets him apart. When a high-value man is interested, he shows it, but he also knows when to pull back and create space. This isn't a tactic, but an expression of his independence. He's secure enough to give her time to think about him, to wonder why he didn't call right away, or why he seemed perfectly content leaving the conversation at its peak. This anti-pursuit attitude flips the usual dynamic. Now she's left wondering what's different about him. Why isn't he eager to text back immediately? Why does he seem so comfortable letting her make the next move? This shift in power makes her want to reach out to see what it would be like to break through that calm confidence. Suddenly, the desire to capture his attention becomes her focus, and the attraction deepens because it's not being forced, it's being drawn out, one subtle interaction at a time. Number 5, authentic vulnerability without overexposure. High-value men understand that being vulnerable doesn't mean revealing every scar and insecurity. It means showing a side of themselves that's genuine and unfiltered, without crossing into oversharing or seeking pity. They might share a story of a past failure or a personal fear they've overcome, but they do it in a way that highlights their growth and resilience. When they talk about difficult experiences, they aren't looking for sympathy. They're showing strength in having faced those challenges. This kind of vulnerability is rare and incredibly attractive because it shows that they are human but also unbreakable. When most men share their struggles, they unintentionally burden the listener, making the conversation heavy and uncomfortable. High-value men, however, use vulnerability to build connection, not dependency. It's not about dumping emotional baggage, but about saying, "I went through this, and it made me stronger." This perspective turns vulnerability into a demonstration of character. Women feel a deeper emotional connection because they see him as someone who's not perfect, but real, someone who has been through storms and emerged better for it. This authenticity makes them relatable, yet still admirable, creating a unique dynamic where a woman feels close to him without ever doubting his strength or stability. Number 6, mastery over the mirror effect. High-value men have mastered the art of connecting with women by mirroring their emotions, but they do it in such a natural way that it never feels calculated or forced. When he's talking to a woman, he doesn't simply agree with everything she says or fake interest to get on her good side. Instead, he genuinely tunes into her mood and vibe, creating a resonance that makes her feel deeply understood. If she's talking with passion about something she loves, he meets her with the same enthusiasm. If she's feeling vulnerable, he responds with a calm, reassuring presence. This ability to mirror isn't about pretending to be someone he's not. It's about creating an emotional connection that feels almost instinctual. He's not trying to control the interaction. He's simply aligning his energy with hers, making the entire experience flow effortlessly. This creates a powerful bond, as she starts feeling like she's found someone who gets her on a level beyond surface conversations. Women are drawn to this because it's rare to find a man who can meet them emotionally without losing his own identity. It's this balance of empathy and self-assuredness that makes high-value men unforgettable, leaving women wanting to experience that sense of deep connection again and again. Number 7. The art of intellectual seduction. High-value men have a way of turning the mundane into the memorable because they're not just focused on what they say, they're attentive to they make a woman feel. It's in the way they listen intently, making her feel like every word she says is worth hearing, or how they notice the subtle changes in her expressions and respond with perfect timing. They create small yet powerful moments that linger in a woman's mind long after the conversation ends. For instance, if she mentions a random detail about something she enjoys, like a favorite author or a dish she loves, he stores that information away. When he brings it up later, not as a grand gesture, but in a casual, almost offhand comment, it catches her off guard. She realizes he was paying attention, not to gain points, but because he genuinely cares. It's these thoughtful gestures that make her feel seen and valued on a level beyond superficial attraction. This attentiveness makes every interaction with him feel personal and unique, as if he's taken the time to know her in ways others haven't. She's not just another person in his life, she's someone worth remembering. And that, more than anything else, is what leaves her completely captivated. If you enjoyed this and want more captivating insights, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the community. Stay tuned for content that keeps you thinking, intrigued, and ahead of the game. See you in the next one. Until next time, gentlemen, stay soulfully synergized.